So, do I have an? I don't know. Maybe you know this. Did you know that?
I don't know much.
I know. Did you? But know that Africa has the largest amount of female entrepreneurs on the planet.
No, I didn't know that, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Why?
Why?
Why wouldn't it surprise you?
Because African women want to get things done.
Why do you think that is?
They're out there making shit happen.
No, they are.
Look at, I mean, lots of our client base
Mm.
are women.
Yeah,
They want to get things done.
they do.
They're not waiting. They're not waiting for stuff to come to them.
Do you think that that's been like a change over the years that's taken place where women are like, I'm done waiting for a man to provide for me or take care of me. I'm going to do my own thing.
I want to know. I think. I mean, I think as like, African women work hard. Period.
Yeah.
I mean, you go into rural areas and that sort of stuff. African women work damn hard at making sure they look after their houses, do all that sort of stuff. But I mean, this is, you asked me a question. I have no anecdotal evidence, but I think I mean, what was the stat I heard the other day? Was that 70% of households are fatherless?
Yes.
Something to that effect.
Something to that effect. Yeah.
Well, freaking heck! If you have children and you're in a fatherless household, well, how are you going to get money? You better get out and make something happen. So, not that they're waiting for a man. There isn't a man around to do anything for them.
True.
So yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
I mean, I think you added that in, and it's actually also one of they say that it's one of the issues that African women have in terms of basically then scaling their businesses and growing their businesses because they still have to do the caregiving and all those types of things, and they still held back. So I think that this topic we're going to talk about might be beneficial to somebody in terms of how do you make money.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm about to say something that might be controversial. That's why I think marriage is so important.
Okay.
Marriage and a good unity between a husband and wife, with common goals, common directions, is so important because you collectively you create something more. And as you know, a book that recently I've asked you to read is Master Key to Riches by Napoleon Hill, and I've read it a number of times now, and the piece that I was reading this morning was around what he says is that in a highly successful man's life, that first and most important part of his mastermind is his wife.
Okay.
Who understands where he's going, supports where he's going, is interested where he's going, creates the platform and baseline for him to achieve what he's doing. And contrary to popular belief, it's not a push over woman. You do what I tell you to do. It's a unity.
Yeah.
It's a combined effort of husband and wife united in achieving a common goal together. And I think in a lot of life that's been lost in many places. In many places because of number of things. People are trying to prove how strong they are and how good they are and how they don't need a man or don't need a woman or can do it all by themselves. And when you look back, is some of the strongest and biggest changes that have come in the world have come from a man who's had a very strong united bond with a woman who's been there to form part of that. And I think largely that's been lost in the world. Divorce rates and expectations. And so there's a wonderful piece in that book where he really talks about that. And he talks about, the strengths of the Henry Fords and those people whose wives were fully behind what they did and understood what they did and supported what they did. We're just sitting at home saying, I don't care where you get money from, just make sure we get money. And I see that a lot in today's age. It's like, you husband, go out and work. I don't care what you do. Just make sure I can get what I want so I can buy what I want, drive what I want. And those sort of things have been lost. So that's off on a tangent. But anyway, and I think, I mean, I'm very blessed with Nicole, my wife. And I mean, she's very much behind the visions and the goals that I have. She's a huge supporter of what I do, creates a great baseline, but she's actively involved in our business. She's not like I tell her what to do and you will do what I do by any stretch of the friggin' imagination. But we work unbelievably well together.
Agreed.
And she understands my vision and my mission and what I want to do and wholeheartedly supports it. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, because even you pretty much out of the country. We can call it you away from home. Let's just say 3 days out of the week,
Traveling into Africa.
into Africa, the big continent,
Outside of South Africa.
big continent. Yeah.
Anyway,
Our favorite continent. We love Africa. It's where we're from. It's who we are. We're freaking Africans. We travel into there, and we're gonna keep traveling into Africa.
anyway.
Yes. Oh yes, you're not home often. You're out there. You're working. You're doing. I'm almost. I want to use that. I want to use that for buzzword. You're out there grinding.
No, Sully, I'm out there working. Hopefully I'm not grinding this thing. I'll get in shit with my wife. Oh, no, sorry.
I said you're grinding. Not the H word.
Hey, anyway.
Hey, but it's how you look at it. But you need that, right? You need that. What is the word I'm looking for?
Well,
not support.
Like stability.
There we go.
But it is support. It's support. It's stability. It's I understand that. When I come home, my home is my safe environment. That I'm not going to. It's not a place I don't want to go back to because I'm getting friggin' whinged and whined at and all that sort of stuff.
You actually try to leave the country more, so you don't be. So
does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so I'm pretty sure people have lots of comments about this. But before you make any comment on this, go read the book.
Yeah.
Go read Master Key to Riches, and go read that piece because it really was very powerful. And when I look at some of the most successful people who I know and the bonds that they have built in their marriages, it's like it makes so much sense, man.
I mean, a good amount of the clients that you work with, your high level clients, are in marriages. They're married. They have a partner.
Yeah, I know a very strong partner who supports them totally, and none of them are pushover women, like, and I think that's anyway. That's where we miss. So I think if the world shifted a little bit, and there weren't so many women-led households, I think those women would be working in a different way to support their husbands to create something bigger for the both of them.
Yeah, so they'll be working together to create something, right?
100%.
You have an environment, like we're saying, in Africa where it's predominantly female entrepreneurs.
But if there's no husband at home and no father for the kids,
You're basically doing.
well, you have no choice. You have to go out and make it happen.
And you're playing both roles.
Yeah,
You're playing the mother and the father.
100%.
You're grinding yourself to a point of no return, and I think that's what we've always seen. So I think like this is
Strong ladies, man. I mean, look at some of the wonderful ladies that we get to meet in our community, and business owners and entrepreneurs and ladies out there building businesses all over the place. I mean, wonderful ladies with wonderful hearts.
Yeah.
Making a difference, and just wanting to see a difference be made. So that doesn't surprise me, Joe.
So I mean, we don't want to. I think we want to talk about, because I also like what you talk about today, and I think like something you said towards the end of Ignite Your Sales today around like business is a lonely place.
Yeah.
So it must be even harder when you don't have a partner, right? Like you don't have anybody to go home to talk to let you know where you are at in your mental state.
Yeah, even just having someone to support you to say, I know it's tough at the moment, but I'm with you, and just keep going. In terms of, and when I look back on my marriage, that's one big role. Nicole's always, when I first started working with Blair Senior and I was in the States, before I went to the States, and when I left the corporate world, I said, I've resigned, and what are we going to do? And her words were very simple. You'll find a way. You always do find a way, and I'll support you in the way you fight. And if you think about that versus how many people are like, what are you going to do, and how am I going to buy? How am I going to pay for my makeup? And you are
Freaking lazy.
Freaking heck, man.
Yeah, you lose your mind.
So yeah, when you look back, I think it's very important. Anyway,
smashing intro. Hello, everybody.
It's not what we're going to talk about.
How are you doing? We hope everybody is doing amazing. As always. And I want to try to do this a little bit differently today. So bear with me for 2 seconds.
Are you talking to them or to me?
To them.
Oh, okay.
What I want...
I have no idea what you feel.
What I would like is, from Barry's teachings today on this episode, I would like you to go and apply it. Right? I would like you to go and apply it and come back to us and let us know how it worked for you. We're not saying that it's going to work immediately off the bat. It's going to take time because these things take time. But I want you to go implement it and comment back to us. Because there was a post there's a episode we did a while ago. And we were talking about using the book exercise.
Yeah.
Building a book business, essentially. It was an example and an analogy on how to grow your business. And
how many people got hold of us to ask us?
No, 0.
Not a single person. Imagine that.
No, but it was one weird guy because essentially...
Everybody wants to have money, but no one wants to learn how to make money.
The clip was basically go knock on doors to grow your business.
Yeah.
And some smart aleck decided to ask, how do you grow your hair? And I was like, okay, so you just try to be a smart aleck. But it shows me that you're watching. So that's all that matters. We know you're not going to go and implement that.
As how do you grow your hair got to do with anything about what we were teaching?
People are... YouTube's a different ballgame, man. People are... But for me, I was like, it's not about the comments.
Me and Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
He's bald as well, eh?
Yeah, very much. Very bald.
Yeah, imagine that, eh?
You, Vin Diesel. Superstars are bald. Most superstars are bald. You think about it. Just go into history, man. Look at it. I'm just saying. My opinion. So I want you guys to go and implement and try and put into play not actually try, just do it. Come back and let us know. Welcome to the Uncovering Greatness podcast. If this is your first time hearing us, welcome. My name is Sully. Today I am joined by Barry Mitchell. Barry is one of the top experiential trainers on this beautiful continent that we call home here in Africa. And what we do is we host this podcast every single week. We drop 2 episodes, one with Nicole, one with Barry.
We want to do another video on who's 1 and who's 2 and how do you become number 1 and how do you become the top, because it's really irrelevant, isn't it?
It's super irrelevant, and I think sometimes it gets missed about who's 1 and who's 2, and if you really want to get into it,
Can't even measure it.
That's a weird thing to measure.
It doesn't really matter.
As long as you're out there making a difference, just do your thing. If you feel you're making a difference,
Just be on purpose,
do you?
Be on purpose.
Whatever that is. Whatever your purpose is, we're not here to tell you your purpose. Also, I have noticed that 83% of our viewers are not subscribers. Subscribe. It's free.
Yeah, just click on the button.
Just click subscribe.
Like when you buy your next thing of Candy Crush.
Click, bing. Oh shit! There you go. Hey,
Shouldn't have done that, but
except
you won't regret it. You won't regret it.
You won't regret this.
There's no cost.
And this will help you grow. I guarantee you, it will help you grow. And if it doesn't, unsubscribe.
Come on, it'll help Sully as well because I got a bet with him. I got a bet with him that help it. So what he's really asking is just click the subscribe button and you'll help him grow.
You know one thing Barry doesn't like? I'm asking for support, guys. Please support. Subscribe.
You mean an African now?
That's where I am, huh? It's in my genes. It's my African genes.
It's in your genes, Joe.
Guys.
Yeah, but you're not as good looking as Sidney Sweeney, Joe.
Not in charts, man. Flipping out. I think I'd be here if I look like Sidney Sweeney. What is wrong with you? What? Come on. Please. How are you doing?
Anyway.
We're 14 minutes in. Okay. So what are we talking about today?
Sometimes I think that's what podcasts are.
What?
How much shit can you talk in how long a period of time?
Yeah. No, definitely.
Anyway,
And you throw in some
I am not here
nuggets.
to talk shit. I am here to talk
Talk
business
real
and
things.
something very important.
Yes. How do you make money?
That's a great question.
Mm.
How do I make money? And that's a rhetorical question.
But notice the question: how do you make money? Not how do you have money?
Yeah. So you know, whenever I ask that question, and I asked it this morning at Ignite Your Sales, you know, the response comes back, you sell. I'm like, yes, that's the skill that you need to require. But do you really understand your business process? And, you know, I've observed this over the last couple of years in a program that we run called Get Moving, which is, you know, part of it's based on Gino Wickman's traction program. And when you drive accountability to a process.
Yeah.
And you know, this morning, someone in the room said, "How do you create longevity in business?" Because people just, what he felt is people are just focused on, I need to make money, and then I'll be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And he was right. There's a lot of people out there just wanting to make money, and they make some money, but then they have no idea how to scale their business, can't create longevity, and then their business just collapses. So one of the key things for me is processes, because when you drive, it's like if you're going to bake a cake, you need a recipe.
Yeah.
You're going to bake a chocolate cake, you need a recipe. So you follow the recipe. You do the recipe again and again and again. You get better and better and better. Eventually, you are baking a kick-ass cake.
Yeah.
And business is the same. How do you make money? You know, if you're going to sell water bottles, who do you sell the water bottles to? You know, so how many different types of water bottles do you sell? What different types of clients do you have? So it's understanding your business process. If you go to the bottom of your business process and you say, I want to make 100,000 rand.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you make 100,000 rand?
Okay.
You know, so if I'm selling this bottle for 1,000 rand, because it has some amazing liquid in it.
Yep.
If I want to make 100,000 rand, I have to sell 100 bottles. Okay, so you do the maths. Great. Now, if I want to do 100,000 rand turnover, but let's say my gross profit is 50%.
Okay.
So then I'll make 50,000. Then I'll make 50,000 profit. So in order to make 100,000 profit, and I make 50,000, and I make 500 per bottle, then I have to sell 2,000 bottles.
Mm-hmm.
Now I look at my process and I go, great. What are all the steps in my recipe to sell bottles?
Yep.
So once I know how to sell 1,
Yeah.
and 10 and 20, then I can leverage and duplicate that. So understanding your business model, understanding how you make money, understanding what you need to turn on to make more money.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, I use the example, and I'll go back to use the example. You want to sell, I want to go out, I want to make some money, I want to sell my book.
Mm-hmm.
Great. So let's say I sell this for $450 and I buy it for 300. I'm not the author. I come to Barry, or you come to me and you say, Barry, can I buy your book? I want to resell it. I'd go, okay, well, you sell it for 450, and I'll give it to you at a discounted wholesale rate for 300, and you have to buy a minimum of 20.
Mm-hmm.
And you say, well, okay, well, first step is I don't have 6 grand. Okay, good. Well, so we go find 6 grand. Okay, because that's the first step in being able to drive your business, is you have to be able to somewhere create the working capital that will allow you to be able to do the work.
Got you.
Okay, great. So you go borrow the 6 grand. So you now borrow the 6 grand, you come back to Barry and you buy 20 books.
Mm-hmm.
And for those 20 books, you go sell them for $450 each. You make $150 per book. You make 3,000 profit. Great. So you take the 6 grand, you go buy another set of 20 books. You sell them, you come back. Now you've made another 3 grand. So you have 6 grand gross. You have 6 grand profit. You have 6 grand cash left from selling the book. Does that make sense? You take the 6 grand, you pay back your debt, so you owe nothing else. You have no liability, and now you're created because you created working capital. Now what you do is you go out and you utilize that 6 grand, buy more books, sell more books, buy more books. Along the way, you start understanding what's your cost of sales, what do you have to spend on fuel, what do you have to spend on all that. That now becomes your those become your overheads, and you build your business model. So you get to the stage where you're moving 100 books a month. You're making 150 profits. So you're making 15 grand a month. Okay, and you're moving 100 books. Okay, so you're moving 100 books, making 15 grand gross profit, less your overheads, less your expenses. Now you know what your model is. Now you go, okay, well I wanna up it. I want to make 30 grand a month. Well, you go back through the process that you did to make the 15 grand profit, and you duplicate.
Got you.
Now, what may happen is you might say, well, I don't have the time to do that because I'm maxed out. Great. So what's my process? Great. Now I bring in somebody else. Okay, I'm not going to make 15 grand, but if I split the profit 70-30 with them, well, I'm going to make 4.5 grand, and they're going to make $10,500. But I'll teach them the model, and I'll start making money.
Cool.
So, and now you start duplicating your model, but you are very clear in the process that that drives your business.
So this has, because I've been hearing about this a lot. A business model is different to a business a business plan.
Well, I think people spend way too much time writing out elaborate business plans that sound good and then they don't take action.
Okay.
So as you know, Sully, I believe in simplicity.
Yeah.
So yes, you can spend 50 pages and write out the whole business plan, but you've got to understand the model. What's the model that makes you money?
Okay.
I buy this, so I access this product. I have this target market. I do these type of activities to sell this amount. Great. Now I duplicate that either by bringing on new team members or upping the amount of work that I do, or a bit of both. But if you find a kick-ass way to make a cake,
yeah,
and everyone loves it,
yeah,
well, if you have 10 people that say we want a cake each, well, you duplicate the recipe, don't you?
Yeah.
So now you get 10 cakes.
Yeah.
And then you have to look at the time that it takes to do the cakes. What are your resources? How many ovens and stoves and all that sort of stuff do you need? How many mixing bowls do you need, etc., etc.? And that will determine at what period of time, over what period of time you can deliver. If you can get 10 ovens, 10 mixing bowls, and do all the mixing at one time, pour all the cake mix into 10 bowls, put it into 10 ovens, then you get 10 cakes that come out at the same time. If you only have one oven, you still follow the process. The difference is that your model would take 10 times longer than if you have 10 ovens.
Yeah. I got you.
So, but you understand the model within which you run your business.
Okay.
So that you can duplicate, and if you want to double your sales, if you want to increase your sales by 20%, you know, one, what's your sales process, and two, what's your business model, as in what are the expenses that come into your business, what are the things you're going to have to spend on, not maybe spend on, have to spend on, because that's how your model works.
So would that apply the same to like a service? So let's just say, for example, like me, I'm in social media. I decide to open a business and I offer social media and content creation.
Great. So you do social media and content creation for a client.
Yeah.
So now you look back at that and you say, well, how did you get the client?
Okay.
Where did they come from? What's your target market? Who are they? How many hours do you spend delivering the stuff that you need to deliver on? What did you make? Okay, so you look at all that, you find and then you map that out. You say, great. So I had one client. This is what I have to do for them. This is how I found them. This is how I closed them. This is my sales process. This is how I delivered to them. This is how much time and hours I spend in content creation. This is what I make at the bottom. So I make 10 grand. Great. So you make 10 grand. Excellent. And then you look at your time frame, and then you look and you go, great. So I want to make 50 grand. Well, logic says I need 5 clients of the same type. Now you go out and look for them.
Okay.
So you understand that that's how I need to do it. You're going to get to the stage where your business model is you're going to run out of time if you're the guy delivering everything on your own.
Yeah.
So now you go, okay, well, let's say you get to 3 clients. You go, okay, so this is everything I do. But at maximum, I can only get to 3 clients because with selling, with following up, with delivering, with doing all the content creation, with everything else, that's all I can do. So I can make 30 grand. Okay, great. But I want to make 60 grand.
Okay.
So now what are you going to do?
So am I going to need to bring somebody on?
Okay, great. And you're going to get them to do what?
Exactly what I do.
Exactly what you do or part of what you do.
Oh, I'll probably say more part of what I do.
Okay, so either way, but you can now bring somebody in and you can say, great, which part do I want to hand over to them and teach them to do? Because I'm very clear on what they have to do.
Yeah.
I have a process for what they have to do.
Got you.
Not, hey, Sully, can you do content creation? Excellent, dude, come work with me. Laka, there's a laptop, create.
What am I creating?
How I do what I do.
Yeah, what I use. Yeah,
So,
100%.
So you get absolute clarity in your process. So when you bring someone in, you can teach them. So guess what? So now you start saying, okay, I don't have to do any of the video editing. Okay, I don't have to do A, B, and C. So now that creates time. So now you say, okay, where am I going to allocate my time? Well, I'm going to sell more, or I'm going to have more one-on-one meetings with my clients, or whatever sits in my process. Now you can leverage. So now you've taken that percentage of time out because you've taught someone else to do it. They delivering on the operational part. You're doing the sales and everything else. Now you find another 2 or 3 clients and you grow your business. Yes, you have a cost. Now your cost has gone up because you brought somebody else into the process. But your business process, how you make money, what you have to do has stayed the same. Does that make sense?
No, it does.
Now you go, okay, I want to double my business. Now you go, great. Now I have to increase my team size. Great. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm very good at sales. I know what I do in sales. I'm going to bring in a salesperson. I'm going to teach them how to sell.
Yeah.
But the problem is that my operations guy is now running thin. So guess what? I'm going to bring in another operations guy to do the same as that operations guy, or we're going to bring in an assistant and take out some of the less important things that my operations guy does. Now get the assistant to do it. Now you're creating leverage.
Okay.
Then you grow your business to 10. Yes, your overheads have gone up, but your scalability, your business is starting to scale. And you're starting to grow your business. But you've got to know the process in how you make money. That's where I believe lots of business owners and entrepreneurs get lost, because they chase money and then an opportunity comes along. Oh shit, I sell bottles, but you know what? Someone also wants me to sell mugs. So I'll do mugs at the same time. Why? Because I can make money. Not really, because someone said, hey, is there any chance you could source 100 mugs? Oh yeah, I can do that. In the chase of money. And then suddenly you're just selling a whole lot of stuff, but you're not clear on how you make money. What's the process for making money?
Do you, and I know you ate this term. So like that example you just used, right? My business sells bottles. That's what we do. It's who we are. We are a bottle company. Somebody comes along and says, can you do cups? As the business owner, I then go, as a side hustle, money's tight there, so I'm going to sell cups.
Yeah. So now you run the risk of cups may create a liability, not an opportunity. Because you become divided. Now you got to take cash that you could have taken into bottles and put into cups. And then what happens is suddenly you get an order for bottles, but your cash flow has gone into cups, and the guys from the cups haven't paid you, and you can't deliver the client that you've had for a while on bottles because you don't have the money, but you were going to make money out of here. So I'm not saying that it's not the right thing to do, but when you get absolute clarity in your business process, before you sit down and say, why are we not making money out of bottles? You look at your business process and say, what are we not doing in the process?
Oh, okay.
What are we not doing in the process? Because this process got us to here. What are we not doing to maximize this? And maybe I've maximized this and I can't get any more clients for this. Okay, great. So now what do I need to do? Well, I need to add cups as an additional. Why? Because they go to the same customer base. Okay, great. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create leverage. But if not, then we're going to create a whole new market we're going after. Well, now you have to understand and build a whole new process to sell that product and to build that business. So a saying I learned many years ago from Blair Singer is narrow first before width. So focus narrow first, because when you are narrow, you get focused, and you understand fully what you're going to do. Once you do that, then you can duplicate it. Then you can go wider. But too many people want to go wide. They have this idea of, the more I do, the more money I'm going to make. No, the more you do, the less focused you're going to get, the more confused you get, the less time you have.
Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily turn into money. In fact, in my view, it turns into less money, because you're not doing anything well.
And I mean, I feel like, because I just had the thoughts around, like, we were doing, so like there was a program that we started where you were going to teach people, these youngsters, how to build a business from nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Or you have nothing, we're going to take you to. And actually, we saw that, right? Where one of them decided to go here, and you were like, wait, when we first met, you were doing this. Now all of a sudden you're doing that, because somebody came to you and said, "Oh, here's an opportunity."
Yeah.
And I feel like, and you can tell me what because you travel into.
People chase money, Suvi, but don't make money. They chase money.
But do you think, and I feel like it's something that we see a lot of in Africa, and also, well, mainly in South Africa, is this is an opportunity. How often is it actually an opportunity?
It's not an opportunity if you don't understand it and you can't leverage it. Can an opportunity for you may not be an opportunity for me.
Mm-hmm.
Someone could come to me and say, "Barry, you can make a lot of money on social media." I go, "Great. I know shit about social media, so why would I want to do it?" "No, you can make money." Well, if I go, okay, well, there's an opportunity in social media, so let me start doing it. Well, I'm going to take a lot of time in learning how to become a social media expert.
Yeah.
Well, that'll detract me from what I'm actually really good at doing, which is, I don't know, selling running shoes.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? And selling running shoes in my model direct to people. But for example, so no. But if someone came to you and said, "Suli, you're in social media and you specialize in Facebook. There's another great opportunity in YouTube." Well, that may be an opportunity, because now you can create some synergy across YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah.
And you may be able to now go to your clients and create some leverage, and maybe what it might do is might detract you from your Facebook expertise, because suddenly you now go chasing this very closely linked opportunity in YouTube, but then you let Facebook slip. And suddenly you're letting your clients down in Facebook because you're trying to become the YouTube king.
Yeah.
And now you've actually created a liability, because you've now let those customers down. So because you could make money, it doesn't mean it's an opportunity. It may turn into a liability. You create opportunities. And again, it comes back to, you create money.
Yeah.
You don't have money. People, and we'll go back to it. People want to have money. No, understand your business model, and they go out and make money. And it's done over a period of time.
Takes. And I feel like that's also something that people miss a lot of around, like, the Uncovering Greatest business model. You'll put out posts or ads or whatever it is to say, come to this free event. And then people are like, but this can be done online.
Yeah, it can be. It's not my model.
Yeah. And people fail to understand that, right? Because do you think that's also a thing, because people don't understand business or how and business models?
No, because in someone's mind, it's much easier. You must change your model because I want to do it online. That's not my model. Yes, I could go online. Yes, I could teach online. But I don't do that, because in 19 years, my expertise is in a room with people, and I understand my model. And if I'm in a room with people, I will make a much bigger difference to your life and to my business than I would if you're online. So I choose. It's not neither right or wrong, and that's what people want to do, is they want to make it right or wrong. It's neither right or wrong. It is what it is, and it's the model that we drive.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%.
And that's, I would much rather have, like we did this morning, nearly, I don't know, small group of 20 people in a room this morning, and I spent an hour and a half teaching them live, than I would having 300 people online. I mean, that's my model. Does that make sense?
If we think back to, like, COVID, when we did that big the online event, not even just Sales Explosion, we did a bunch of those. But like there was when we did Create Your Future Online,
Yeah.
it was horrible.
Well, we did it because that's
Not
because
that
we had to.
No,
We did it.
No choice.
But if you compare how we connect with people online versus how we connect with people in a room, they're chalk and cheese.
Yeah.
No,
definitely.
We can change our whole model to go online. I mean, I work with a number of people in this industry who have taken 90% of their business used to be in rooms is now online. Great, no problem. That's your model, and you understand that. That's not the model I want to go into in my business. So I'm not going to do that. So someone said to me straight after COVID, "Oh, it's so amazing. You can stay online and just have lots of people and make tons more money." I was like, "That's not what I want to do. That's not the model that I want to drive.
Yeah.
I want people in a room. I want to connect with people. I want to experience people change in that room
Yeah.
versus battle with people online and people going off and doing whatever they're doing. They're different business models. You know, that's like going to, I don't know, going to KFC saying, you should actually just do roast chicken.
Roast chicken.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's still chicken.
Yeah.
That's not their model.
It's a model.
That's not what they do. That's not their recipe. That's not the products that they sell, to the client base they sell, to the cost structure they sell. So why would they do that? Well, you can make money out of roast chicken. Great. We're not roast chicken sellers. Does that make sense?
So when should you change your business model?
When it's not working.
How do you know it's not working?
Because you've got to measure it.
Okay, how do I measure it?
Well, first of all, you understand the process. So you measure the process. So you go through the process of how do you do what you do, and what results does it create, and what should be done to who, when, and how. And over time, when you measure it, it'll give you you'll create some numbers that create metrics that will keep you on track. So when you consistently measure your business over time, you'll be able to see where you're dropping and where you're not dropping, where you're going up, where you're going down, what needs to be changed, what needs to be tweaked. So that's the one thing. The other thing is, sometimes industries change. Sometimes there's new regulations. Exactly like us. We had to change our model over COVID.
Yeah.
Our business model dramatically changed because we had to go online. We had to. There was no. But as soon as we could get back to the model that had worked for us for 15, 16 years, we were straight back in it.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So I think it's not like this is when you should change. You've got to change when you want to change, or shift when you want to shift. But you've got to understand why you're shifting. And what's not working in your current model. And are you really sure you understand what's not working? There's a lot of times we'll find justification for what's not working. We'll listen to other people, we'll listen to the stuff, and you know the game. You can justify whatever, you can find enough information to justify whatever you want to justify in this world.
Of course. So while you're speaking, to ask the question that I asked you, I wanted to find out how many businesses understand their business model.
Yeah.
So it says so this is a study done of 181 entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
34.3% had a basic understanding of their business model. 34.8% had an intermediate grasp. Only 30.9% had a high-level comprehensive understanding.
So 65% don't to 70%, 70% of your business owners and entrepreneurs out there don't understand their business model.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
70%? In my experience, that number's 80 to 90.
Yeah.
80 to 90 of the people when I start dealing with, especially when we go into the Get Moving program, don't understand their business model.
And I mean,
they understand what they do. I'm an accountant or a home mechanic. They understand what they do. But how do you do what you do to create what you want to create?
And same things like I run ads, or I post on social media, or I post on LinkedIn is social media. So I post on social media. That's that's how I do it. Is that a business model, or is that just
That's what you do.
awareness?
No, that's what you do.
Okay.
So what you do is you run social media.
Yeah.
And so the question is if when you take that into a business, that's part of, I'm a trainer.
Mm-hmm.
So you do social media, I train.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I deliver. I could be a mechanic fixing cars. You could be your posting on social media is fixing the cars.
Yeah.
But how do you get the cars to fix?
Yes.
What cars do you want to fix? How many times do you want to fix those cars?
Ooh.
Do you do run of the mill cars, or do you do high level custom fit? They're still friggin' cars, but they're different. They're different models.
Yeah.
Different. Someone will walk in and say, "I do what you do. I'm a mechanic." Cuck, man.
Yeah.
I create hot rods and do all this sort of stuff. You do daily services. Yeah. I'm not just negating what you do, but your business model is different to mine.
Yeah.
Yes, we may have similar qualifications and we might be mechanics.
We're in the same field.
We're in the same field. It's different. It's like when people say to me, I do what you do, I'm a trainer. I go, that's nice. Because many people have no idea, one, what I do, and two, what our business model is.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yes, we're in the same field, but we do very different things, and how we operate are very differently. Primarily, first, in my business model, I'm a salesman. Before I'm a trainer, I'm a salesman. Most trainers are trainers before they become salesmen.
Yeah.
I'm a salesman first. Nothing happens in my business model unless I sell.
Yeah.
So I'm a salesman first. Then I'm a trainer. Now, within that model, I understand who my target market is, how many times I need to go over them, what my offering is for my different target markets, who I need to speak to, how I need to speak to them, what I offer them in different categories of our business.
Yeah.
Now your social media with me now links in to our business model as part of the offering within our model.
Yeah. And you said it recently. I just can't remember where we were when you said it, and you explained like when you first started this business, Uncovering Greatness, you had to go out and sell. You were, as you say, the salesman. Now you get the clients. Now you have to teach them. Now you're the trainer, which means that you know that time to be selling again, right? So that time, 2 days is gone.
Yeah.
For you to be able to be selling. But you understood the model of what you were doing, and then you went, okay, cool. I need to build a team.
So I go out, I sell.
Yes.
So I'm okay. Have no training to do because I haven't closed any deals. So I can devote all my time and energy into selling.
Yes.
So I'm out selling, driving my model, doing free programs, signing people up to events, and then we do an event.
Yeah.
And then what happens is out of that event comes some one-on-one coaching, because that's how I started. And then I start fulfilling and I start running out of sales time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now in my model, I'm like, oh, cuck. Yes, I'm fulfilling now. Yes, we've made some money. Yes, we're going. But if I don't drive my model, once I've finished fulfillment and I'm not finding new customers, I'm gonna have no one to deal with in 3 or 4 weeks' time. Does that make sense? Because you understand the model. It's not so when people don't understand the model, they go out, they get business, then they fulfill the business, and then they're like, oh, cuck, money. Now I've fulfilled it. Oh, shit, what am I going to do now?
Yeah.
And they do it. So when you get that, it's like a sausage machine.
Mm-hmm.
When you first stop the sausage machine and start putting mince in, it comes out bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Eventually, if you keep putting that mince in and filling it up, that sausage comes out, and over time, it just keeps feeding. When you take your foot off the thing and stop putting it in, suddenly it's like, oh, cuck.
It is broke out.
That's the same in business. So you create that process, and you create consistency in that whole process.
Yeah.
That becomes your business model. Now, when you're bringing in teams, you understand where they fit in and what they have to do. They're not coming into work. It's a big mistake many business owners I see in, shit, I'm busy. I need to bring someone in to help me. I get that. Help you do what? Well, help me do the work I don't like doing, which is what? In the process, where do they fit in? What do they have to deliver? What's the piece they have to deliver? And then we end up bringing someone in. We don't really know what they're going to do, but we know we need someone to help. And then we actually end up creating more work for ourselves because they're not doing what we thought they should be doing that we didn't actually know they were doing because we're not clear.
Yeah. Do you think that if you, especially for small business owners and entrepreneurs, do you think that understanding your business model, your business process, will is also had a benefit to influence your hiring?
No, hundreds. Yes, because if you understand where you're going to put people in, then you understand, then you become very clear in what they need, what needs to be delivered within your model.
Yeah, because it's not just us, the things that I don't like doing.
Yeah,
It's not really a,
no, you can't, because sometimes you have to do the things you don't like doing. You know, like I said to you, as if so,
right, so you could say that again. Because I think, especially here, people don't want to hear that. But I think it's such a valid thing that you just said.
sometimes you have to do the things that you don't like doing. It's life.
Yeah.
You know, you got to go out. You got to do the things that you don't. But that's part of life. You know, right now I'm in a very focused point of training in my life.
Yeah.
There's stuff that my coach is getting me to do that I don't want to do. I have to do it. I'm doing it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I may not want to do it, but that's what I have to do
To go with you.
because I want the results.
Yeah.
That
You're not just going to get the results.
no. How am I just going to get the results?
I don't know.
Keep doing what I'm doing and get the results from what? And that's the thing in business is people just think I'm just going to make money from what?
Yeah.
Make money from what? Make money. I need a product or service, time, skill, knowledge that I can exchange for money. But you exchange it through a process. Then so there's the sales process, there's the operations process, there's the delivery process, there's the finance process. So all that leads up because you can do all the sales, close all the deals, deliver the product and not get paid. Oh shit. Well, because you're not clear on your business model. Your business model, I don't know. Do you get paid upfront? Do you get paid late? Do you get paid in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days? There's many ways to put it in your model. It all depends on where you sit.
Yeah.
You know, if you've got big cash flow reserves, well, you can give people credit if you want. If you have no cash flow reserves and you're building your business hand to mouth, well, you better get your money in fast.
Yeah.
So you could be selling exactly the same product as somebody else in exactly the same market, but how you're working your business at the moment will be different. Whew. Understand how you're going to make a cake? That's it.
Yeah, I like that analogy. I like the cake analogy. It's simple. It's sweet. You know, everybody should understand it. Pretty basic.
But you go through the whole process. At the end, you want a really good-looking, nice, tasty cake that everyone likes.
Yeah.
Great. Once you find that, you do it again and duplicate it and do it again. Sometimes it doesn't work and the stove wasn't right and that's life. But as you get better at it, and then when you want to duplicate it, you teach your team to do the same things. And now what you have in the cake mixing operation is, as the business owner now, well, guess what? Maybe your job now is just to buy the ingredients because you've taught the mixer to mix, you've taught the baker to bake, you've taught the packer to pack. You taught the deliverer to deliver, and you have 4 people in your business. What you're doing is you handle the procurement and you buy all the stuff, and you, fulfill the keeping relationships with your key clients. But 2 years ago, when you started the business, you did everything.
Yeah.
You bought it, mixed it, baked it, delivered it. Got the money for it, visited the clients for it, started again, did it again. And you built the model that now works.
Yeah.
You built the model that now works. And there's many pieces to that model. You know, people just think, that dude opened a restaurant. If I just open one like him, I'll make money. But they missed the model.
Yeah.
They don't actually understand what he does in his business, why people keep coming back. What is it that they do in that business? Yeah. Someone goes, how many times have you heard this? Oh shit, if we just open a burger joint, we'll make freaking gazillions of bucks. And then you say, how many freaking burger joints are there? How many burger joints come and go?
Yeah.
No, because the ones that stick around, they drive a model.
Yeah. Models, man. Any final thoughts?
yeah, just be patient, man. Be patient in your business. Be patient, learn, do the work. And, I think above everything, have some faith. Faith is such, what, once you're on that path, have faith that if you keep consistently doing the right things will happen.
Man. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Uncovering Greatness podcast. Please, if you guys found this valuable, as I said in the beginning of the episode, put it into play, put it into practice, see how it works for you. Maybe you don't even have a business model. Maybe you don't. Maybe you've been focused on your business plan. Maybe look at your business model. How do you make money in your business? Ask your team if you have people on your team. Find out. See what they know. Let us know in the comment section. And we will see you guys next week. Oh, if you guys would love to learn from the master himself, 29th of this month, we will have another free sales training at Corporate Conference Center. 8:30. It is absolutely free. No charge. You can come and learn directly from Barry. 1.5 hours of absolutely cracking training. And on the 11th of September, 2025, Entrepreneur Hangout.
Come join us for breakfast.
Another awesome place to be, to learn, to grow, to be a part of a community that's really making an impact. Your first time is $250. If you bring people with you, you'll get $100 back.
And then something I am really excited about, 30th and 31st of October, we have a program called Create Your Future. It's the second iteration of Create Your Future we're doing. The first one we did was in over lockdown.
Yes.
And now we are doing one live.
Yes.
But live with born and bred African business owners and speakers. Myself, my wife, Nicole, Billy Selakani. Billy is one of, Billy's
speaker.
Billy's an amazing man.
Yes,
Speaker, straight down the line dude who
What's this?
I love Billy from barefoot to snakeskin shoes. And Billy's very real, has a huge heart for helping people.
Definitely.
And then another lady that many of you would never have heard of, but she's built a wonderful business. She's said to be one of the top 100 most influential women in the transport industry, Violet Lupowana.
Yes.
Violet is an amazing lady. I first met her when we did an entrepreneurial program, put on an entrepreneurial program with Coca-Cola. Violet came in and said to me, how can this be a real program when there's no manuals, no PowerPoints? And 3 years later, Violet had done all our programs, has walked a long journey with us, and she's going to be there at Create Your Future, talking about how to navigate the African markets that we navigate to build successful businesses. And then a wonderful guy called Carl Schultz. Carl has been is just a very humble teacher and trainer, huge serving heart, South African trainer, business coach. Carl's going to be talking on strategy. So come and join us for Create Your Future. But why am I so excited about it? Because it's going to be an event. It's a teaching event. We want to teach. We're going to teach for 2 full days. And guess what? We're not going to sell anything off the stage.
Nothing.
It's going to be, none of us are going to say, run to the back and buy my next program, which should cost you 50 grand, but today is going to cost you 3.5. There's none of that.
If all you spend money on is the tickets, that's it.
We just want to teach you.
That's
If
it.
you connect with the teachers and you want to work with them further, that's up to you to reach out to them and find out. But it's 2 full days of very intensive teaching and learning. And what I can promise you is the environment that we will create there will be an environment that very few of you would ever have experienced before. And come along. Seats are limited. There are limited seats, but come along and join us for Create Your Future in October. African speakers, African business owners, teaching African business owners how to make a significant impact on this continent of ours.
And that's it. We will see you guys next week on the Uncovering Greatness podcast. If you are in South Africa, Johannesburg, please join us at any of our programs. We would love to meet you, would love to see you. And let's grow this beautiful continent of ours. See you guys soon. Bye.